Boggy Creek Life for another episode of Mail Calls and Grail Hauls. Episode 30. Woohoo! I can't believe I've done anything 30 times in a row. But on today's episode, we're going to go over the 1994 Dark Horse kit, Creature from the Black Lagoon, sculpted by Chris Wallace of FX fame, from what I understand. Also did some work on the Jeff Goldblum fly there in the 80s. The beautiful box art by John Bolton. This is a grail for me, but I've had it for a minute. I believe I posted some pictures when I got it on the Facebook page there, Boggy Creek Studio, but I never made a video about it. And the last video I made, or somewhere in the comments, a viewer asked me about this kit, and then they said, when I said I had it, because they were asking me about the porcelain durability and all that, and they were looking forward to the upcoming X Plus swimming. And, I told them, well, I think plastic's probably obviously going to be stronger, but I said that I had this, so I would go ahead and go over it and make a video, so that way you can see firsthand. That's kind of what I do on this channel, is if I have the ability. Old kits, new kits, because there's like the gentleman that asked me, some people are interested in purchasing this, but they have questions about it, and I got my information off the Dark Horse website, and it seemed like this was originally going for around $125 back then, and I saw them on eBay during my search anywhere between $200 to $400, so it can be a little pricey if you want one these days. So yeah, I have no problem with showing, somebody what the actual kit inside the box looks like. All that being said, if you're a return subscriber, thank you very, very much. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I try to keep these videos down to a minimum when I can, on time. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and crack this open, get them spread out on the table, and we'll take a look at it. First off, I want to go over the beautiful box art by Mr. Bolton. Just amazingly done. Nice, vibrant colors. Definitely feels like you're underwater. It gives a good representation of the kit. It also says limited edition. This says kit number 22-369, so I'm not sure if this is like kit number 22 out of 369, or if that's just like a model number. I don't know. There you can see finished kit, 1/8 scale, official Universal product, licensed product. Alrighty, now let's get into the kit. The box itself, beautiful. First off, I want to go over the directions. I do love a good direction sheet and box. Mr. Bolton's painting there. Let's open it up. There's a Jack Pollock, drew the diagram. Kudos to him. Note for kit number 22369. So apparently this is not number 22 out of 369. It was a kit number, like I said. Alright, it says it's the eel and the fish, their placement is optional, so you can do it wherever you want. I like this. It's telling you supplies you'll need, suggested paint schemes. At 94, yeah, there was internet, but it wasn't like all common, like everybody and their brother didn't have it like they do now. Here's telling you the size, 1/8. About cold cast porcelain. Removing all pieces from the box tells you that it does break clean, so it's easily repaired if it does break. Telling you they're usually flashing free, but a little X-Acto knife will take them, get rid of some of that if you have some. Tells you about pinning. Tells you about using modeling putty, about painting, all that. So that, I like all that, for especially for back then. Like I said, not everybody had access to the internet, and if you were like some guy that's picking this up for the first time and had no clue, well, you got a reference there to at least get you pointed in the right direction. About the sculptor, Academy Award winner Chris Wallace is one of the leading special effects men in the films today, having worked on some of the most popular science fiction fantasy films ever produced. Wallace looked for a bigger challenge, that of directing major motion pictures. He has directed his second film and is currently designing and building 3 life-size, fully animatronic dinosaurs for an exhibition in Japan. Wallace is an avid model kit builder and collector, and now designer, with the creature representing his first mass-produced piece. Well, bravo, Mr. Wallace, 30 years ago. Going to back, more modeling tips. More about model putty, painting tips, primer, base coat, washing, dry brushing highlights, lacquer, clearing. Also, another kit. I have this one as well. Very beautifully sculpted kit. How to get a hold of them, because back then, like I said. About the creature. Important, read this first. Okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't have put it on the back, but okay. Tells you all that. Gives you about the creature. Deep in the dark recesses of the Amazon, legends of a fishman have persisted for decades. A small research group sets out to investigate the existence of the mythical creature. This well-equipped group encounters a fierce beast whose sole objectives are to protect his habitat from these strange invaders of modern civilization and to secure a mate with which to share the pent-up passion in his savage heart. What is this strange creature? Is he a link to the past before man walked the earth? A missing step on the evolutionary scale? Or is he a strange fluke of nature, part man, part fish? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get into this. First off, we're going to look right here at the base. So, has made in Thailand. Creature of the Black Lagoon. I got to tell it sideways. I'm sorry, so I can read it. Creature of the Black Lagoon, 1991. That looks like looks like it says. Excuse me. Universal City Studios, all rights reserved, licensed by Universal Merchandising, made in Thailand. Okay, made in Thailand. Well, it's mass production, so that's what you get, Still, sturdy piece of resin, porcelain, whatever they want to call it, cold cast. Doesn't feel as heavy as the resin we use today, but it's still got some weight to it. Just look at these little details. You got skulls, human bones down here, hands on the texturing of the bottom. Looks like I don't know what that's a skull of. Maybe a snake or maybe a sea baby. It looks like a tail. You see that? It looks like a tail with a rib cage, and Lord knows what's going on down there. We got some broken off underwater trees. Nice rocks with looks like some fossils in them. Everything's nice and very textured. Hold your paint very well. Your washes, your dry brushes. Very nicely done, in my opinion. And I mean, you gotta remember too, this is 94 94, or you'll probably sculpted 92, 93, you know. So, yeah. And I mean, there's no flashing on it, so just like they said. Very nice piece to start out with. Then we'll go over here to his arms. Now, you know what? Let's go ahead and get these weeds and stuff out of the way. We got several little weeds. We're just gonna go over one. We'll go over the eel and the fish. So these are weeds that you stick up on your base, wherever it said they go, you know, however. It gives the illusion of the water and being in water. Once again, nicely textured. No flashing. I mean, just looks like some kelp to me. Nice veinage in it. You run your base coat and then your washes down in there, bring it out a little dry brushing or your underwater highlights, a flecks of light, however you'd like to do your scheme. I've seen a few of these painted very beautifully. Next, we'll look at the eel. You got a little eel face there. Some scales on him. Yeah, I mean, he's good. He represents an eel. Nothing overly fancily done there. Maybe a little sand in there. Something. But he'll do the job. The fish, a little piranha. I like this guy. Got his little teeth sticking out there, bottom jaw jutted out. At least I think it's a piranha. Nice texture for your scales and your washing. Yeah, remember too, this thing is just tiny. You know, it's about the size of a, I don't know, nickel. It's not as tall as a quarter. More wide than a quarter, but it's not as tall as one. Beautifully done little fish, in my opinion. Hop onto his arms here real quick. The claws still intact, thank God, on both. That's because of great packaging, I imagine. And I mean, I'm sure whoever had this before me probably took care of it too. They probably did the same thing I'm doing. It's sitting on a shelf in the closet. I will get to it. I still have to work, so I'm not retired yet. All the texture, the scales. It's just going to be a fun paint. You can get really detailed if you wanted to get your different colors on scales. You know, just maybe with a little toothpick or, you know, a couple hair brush, get in there and just blop, blop, blop. Make sure you get your jeweler's glasses out because this still is 1/8. I don't think anybody that's been doing this for a while has probably got fresh eyes. Getting up there in the ears. Just beautifully sculpted. No flashing. Let's go ahead and see how these arms line up with the body after we look at the body. It comes in all one piece. Legs, torso, head, all attached. I love the get that styrofoam up there. I love the flexibility of the feet, the curve and the bending of the toes. You know, it's a swimming motion. A swimming motion. That would be Rico Browning, who played the creature underwater. Just a beautiful sculpt. Accurate representation. Plenty of texture to get your washes in there. Nice flat. So let's see. I got the right arm? Yeah, okay. I got the right pose. Yeah, probably pretty close. I mean, you take minimal putty. Maybe even a little sanding would help flatten that out some. Once again, doesn't feel like it's going to break in my hand or anything. Pretty solid little piece. And, you know, regular resin, I don't recommend you dropping it on the floor, you know. Okay, and imagine this one goes down as he's like swimming up. Again, that one looks pretty good. Texturing of the chest scales, stomach scales. Nice seams. Back dorsal. Just a beautifully sculpted little kit there. Now, what I would like to do with this, and I'm sure some people will be like, oh my God, no. But, you know, that's what it's for. Is I wanted to take, when I first seen this before I even had it, is I wanted to take this, build it up, paint it, and then make a mold frame, and I wanted to pour some slightly tinted resin to make it look like water on a base. I think that would be really cool looking if it came out right. Of course, I would have to test it before I went and stuck this in there, obviously, because I don't want to pay $200, $300, $400 for another one of these. But anyways, there is your creature from the Black Lagoon Dark Horse cold cast porcelain kit, sculpted by Mr. Chris Wallace. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it may answer some of your questions if you had any. In my opinion, beautiful kit. Must have for any creature of the Black Lagoon collector. I bet you Mr. Worthling has one of these, because I know that's his favorite monster, he has told me. And I think out of the classic monsters, it's probably my favorite one too. Just it seemed so ahead of its time in design. Designed by Millicent Patrick, who did not get credit for it originally. But that's a whole nother story in itself. We're not going to go there. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Alright, so thanks for stopping by and checking out this beautifully sculpted kit with me. Excellent kit. That being said, you know, if you want to go over to the Boggy Creek Studio page on Facebook, give it a like. And if you scroll down through the post to like back way when I first started the page, which was before I started doing this, and you see a kid in there or something that maybe you would like to see a video of that I haven't made a video of, hey, go ahead and leave a comment on that. I'll see what we can do to get it done. Or just, you know, if there's a kit that you want to see if I've got. I mean, I don't have a whole bunch, but I've got a bunch. I don't have like I've been doing this for 30 years bunch. I got like I've been doing this for 4 years, but I've got a problem bunch. Yeah, so there you go. But anyways, thanks for stopping by once again. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. Every little bit helps. Yeah, I'm going to keep working on the pumpkin head. I'll keep posting pictures, little videos here and there of that with Ed Harley. And until next time, be good to each other. Model on.